What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update, and I'm going to give you the details of what is going on with the second stimulus check negotiations. As Nancy Pelosi says, she is waiting for the final yes from the Republicans over the second stimulus check agreements. Also, I'm going to give you another clue to what's in the box. If you can guess what's in that box, you could receive money from me. I'll be giving you that clue at the end of this video. And I want to give you guys an update on my wife. A lot of you guys have been asking, where is she? She typically gives or helps with the clues on the what's in the box contest that we have. And over the last day or so, my wife has been, I don't want to say bedridden, but she's in bed. Last night she was writhing with pain from her kidney disease. She has a rare kidney disease called MSK, and she's had multiple kidney stones that she passes all the time, and she's just been in pain almost every single day at this point. And I don't know if you know about how doctors are with pain meds now. They don't want to prescribe them, and they prescribe you this stuff that's not very powerful. And so she's in pain a lot of days, and the last 24 hours or so have been very bad. So if she gets in better condition in the next day or so, maybe she'll be on to help and she'll give you an update on how she's feeling. But I wanted to update you guys because a lot of you guys have been asking, where is she regarding this show and giving the clues for what's in the box. So yeah. Okay, as House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi is waiting for the final yes from Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and the Republicans. She says she's waiting for the final yes on the final agreement on this bill. Let me take you over to White House Economic Advisor Larry Kudlow and what he is saying this morning about the second stimulus check negotiations.
One thing I will say is the committee chairmen on both sides, Senate and House, have been meeting and discussing various aspects, the small business loans and many other issues, different appropriations. We'll get a report this morning. Secretary Mnuchin will be talking to them. I think he's going to be talking to Speaker Pelosi. The big issue here right now is we're close, but there's still important policy issues that separate us. And our team believes there have to be more compromises on the House side for us to get there. Becky, I don't want to be optimistic. I don't want to be pessimistic. I'm just kind of reporting where I think we are. Secretary Mnuchin will probably speak on it later today after he checks in with the Speaker and some of the committee chairmen and see if anything moves. But right now, unfortunately, the goalposts have moved. There's still some unanswered questions.
Hey, Larry, we had Governor Sununu on from New Hampshire earlier today, and he says that he'd like to see every member of Congress fired, all 535 of them, because the American people are suffering while this stimulus bill gets booted back and forth. He says, forget it. We'd be better off if we had brand new congressional representation all the way across the board because of this. I just want to ask, as an economist, what happens if we don't see anything done between now and, let's say, early February?
So let me jump in right there. Let me actually give you a little prediction on what I think. Now, we know that both Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Senate, is up for re-election. Senators are up for re-election every 6 years. And there's 23 Republicans that are up for re-election in the Senate and like 12 Democrats that are up for re-election in the Senate. And everybody in the U.S. House of Representatives, including U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, is up for re-election. And normally I'm a little bit more of the optimistic on this channel. I feel like there's enough pessimism out there for enough of us. I tend to try to be a little bit optimistic, bring you guys a little light in the dark, as a lot of you guys say in the comments. That's just kind of how my outlook on life is. But I'm going to be a little bit pessimistic here. I just have this itching feeling that I feel that both Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are going to be reelected. Mitch McConnell's reelected for another 6-year term. He will be in Congress for over 42 years. And Nancy Pelosi, if she's reelected, also will be in the 30-some years. She's currently 80 years old. And Mitch McConnell is 80 years old. I'm sorry, 78 years old. And Nancy Pelosi is 80. So if Mitch McConnell gets another 6-year term, he'll be 84 years old and still in Congress. And both the presidents, if either one who wins, will be the oldest president ever elected ever. And as we know, Joe Biden has been in Congress for 47 years. I just have this itching feeling that both Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are going to be reelected. I don't want it to be that way. I really think we need change in Congress. I really think we need term limits. Like the president can only be a president for 8 years. I really feel like if we had that in Congress, we'd have a lot more people that are actually for the people and less political agendas. Because I feel like if you've been in Congress for 35 or 40 years, that your feeling for what the people need and what the average everyday person and the unemployed person and the mother at home with 3 children who can't work, I just feel like they've lost touch with those people. And I feel like if you had only been in Congress for a few years, then you're not caught up in the political corruption and the political agendas and all the things that we know that politicians do on the side to line their pockets and stuff. Let me know what you think. Do you think Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are both going to be reelected, either one? Let me know what you think because I think it's really interesting. So the interesting thing about both of them is that there's not polls on their reelection campaigns like there is on the presidency. Now, we know that Joe Biden is leading in the polls, but his lead has been shrinking pretty astoundingly. In fact, we know that Joe Biden was up by 14 points or 14% just a few weeks ago, and then he's down by almost half of that now, depending on which poll you're looking at. And eerily enough, is that Hillary Clinton was also up by 14% about a month before the election also, and she ended up losing the election even though she won the popular vote by 3 million votes. She ended up losing. Ooh, now I'll tell you, if I had to guess between President Trump and Joe Biden, my prediction would be, well, I'll give you that in the next video. Now, I know we all want to crush the virus, but the only thing being crushed, at least at this point right this second, is the stock market. The stock market is being crushed this afternoon with the Dow now down over 800 points just today alone on the news that we broke over the weekend that the U.S. has now broken its single high day of new virus cases 2 days in a row, and it actually smashed that record, and that stimulus has not passed yet already. As you can see here, at the time of filming this recording, I have to film this a little bit before 3 p.m. and before my time slots because we have to film it, edit it, upload it, all that stuff. The Dow is down over 800 points. It was just down almost 850 points just a second ago. Obviously, we know the stock market fluctuates by the second, but this is actually the largest one-day loss in several months, I believe. And this amount of a drop, 800 points, actually puts it on the all-time list of largest one-point drops in the top 100 days ever, I believe, because the stock market's so high. When it drops now, it drops by more points as a percentage-wise. A big reason for that is a few days ago, we smashed the all-time record of new virus cases in one day with 85,000 new cases in just one day. The previous all-time record was about 75,000. We were just at 85,000. And then 2 days ago, we had 78,000, beating the record again. The statistics for yesterday on Sunday was 60,000, but the weekends are always lower because of reporting data, and that's why you see these spikes up and down every week, because the weekend just does not get as much reporting data. So we are now seeing all-time record high virus cases today, higher than when we had the first shutdown. And honestly, there's talks that there will be a second shutdown. In fact, parts of New York City have already entered into a second shutdown. As you can see here, New York City is trying to shut down several neighborhoods as the virus is spiking in different areas. And there have been new lawsuits, confusion, and anger with this happening. A lot of people aren't happy, but a lot of people aren't happy when they catch the virus either. And honestly, there's a lot of conflicting things going on right now. I mean, there's some states opening up. There's some states actually getting rid of their extra unemployment because they think things are great in their states. And then there's other states expanding their unemployment, adding more unemployment. There's states opening up. There's states shutting down. I think a lot of people are just tired of this virus at this point. I get it. I am too. But on the other hand, I also don't want to catch the virus and spread it to my two-year-old son, Julian, and my parents and my wife's parents, of which all of our parents are still here and in their 70s. And it's just like, yeah, I'm tired of the virus too, but I also don't want to like catch it. I have asthma. I don't want to give it to my parents. I don't want to give it to my son. So like, I feel like it's the lesser of two evils to just try to stay home, social distance, and wear masks when possible. That's just my point of view. Let me know yours. Nancy Pelosi is still optimistic on getting a stimulus deal and a stimulus check done before the election. At this point, you would probably receive the check after the election, but they could get the deal done and passed before the election. There is still plenty of time to do that. Nancy Pelosi seems to think that it can still happen, and by her wording that it actually will happen. I will update you guys as soon as I get more information about what is going on. Also, let me give you the next what's in the box clue. If you can guess what's in this box right here, I'll put my hand over so you can guess the approximate size of it. If you can guess the item that is in that box, you could receive $125 from me. I'm giving $125 to two people, $250 for the 250,000 subscribers we just passed. Thank you guys, by the way, so much. Thanks for joining our what we call our extended family by subscribing. You guys are amazing. I love to bring you guys the newest update information. I try to put a little bit of optimism on it, but of course, sometimes I'm a little bit pessimistic too, and it's just kind of how the way things are. But if you can guess what's correctly in that box, then you're entered into the pool of people that have guessed correctly. By the way, even though we've only had 2 clues so far, there are some people that have already guessed correctly. So I know there's always people that think the clues are too hard. They pretty much start off a little bit vague and then they get a little bit more specific as we go. So make sure you stay tuned. There's one clue per video, but we have already had some people that have guessed correctly after 2 clues. The funny thing is, the last time we had people guess on the first clue, I think actually both contests, people guessed correctly on the first clue. Yes, we actually give away more money than the second stimulus check from the government. So we're actually providing more than the government at this point. I think you guys are worth it, honestly. Okay, clue number 3. I suggest you write these down so you have them in order because the clues will make hopefully a little bit more sense as you piece them all together. There's not one clue that's going to really, be the it factor clue that's going to give everything away. But if you piece them together and you're thinking on these clues are designed to kind of get you thinking. If you think about it, you can probably get pretty close or guess the item. I know a lot of people guessed that baseball on the last clue. So write the clues down, stay tuned in, and as you piece them together, you'll probably have a pretty good opportunity of guessing correctly. So clue number 3 today is people wanted to steal this item. Okay? Clue number 3 today, people wanted to steal this item of what is in the box. Let me know what you think, what it is. Just comment down below what you think is in the box. And if you guess correctly, you'll be entered. I can just search for all the comments, and then it brings up all the comments that are correct when I search for basically the word of what the item is, or the words of what the item is. And then from there, we randomly choose a winner. So make sure you guys are subscribed and like this video and share this video on Facebook too. It helps out our channel and helps new people find the channel so that they can know what is also going on with the second stimulus check. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.